I wanted to take a second and talk about air rifle accuracy, ammo choices, and some things that could potentially be getting you frustrated when they shouldn't be. I hear a lot online about people saying, I can't get good groups, or something's wrong with my rifle, etc., etc. I've seen plenty of videos talking about this, but I feel like I'm going to go pretty in depth on this. Not that it's necessarily relevant to this conversation, but what I shot for my test was the Gamo Swarm Maxim in 177 caliber. If you see the box, looks like this. The interesting thing about this rifle is it has the 10 round magazine, the auto loading feature where you load it up, break the barrel, as you come back you're ready. You don't physically put a new pellet in each one. With that being said, what I found is that there's ammo choices that give really good groups and ammo choices that didn't even hit the target at all. I'll show you a little bit more about that, but I first wanted to talk to you about the different pellets that I was shooting. I started out with a Daisy combo pack. It's a 3-pack here. It has the flat nose, Daisy point, and the Daisy, they call it the hollow point, and it does have a point there in the center. Also, I have a few Premiers. You can find these obviously at Walmart. So the Premier pointed, the Premier hollow point. This first one was 7.4 grain, 7.9 grain, and then the Crossman Destroyer EX, which is the 177 caliber as well. And then today I found on sale a Gamo 4-pack, which has the Magnum Energy, which is a pointed, the Hunter Impact, which I'd call a rounded or a stub nose, your Master Point Country, which is a pointed round, and then your Gamo Match, which is a flat nose. So I shot 5 rounds of each at a box with some the Birchwood KC shoot and see targets where it lights up. Put it exactly at 20 yards. I shot 5 rounds of each, changed magazines, and waited 3 minutes between each magazine to make sure that the gun didn't get too hot. Tried to control for variables. So I shot them in order, and I'll show you what that looks like here. Talking about being frustrated with certain ammos, as you can see, some of these stickers don't even have hits on them at all. This rifle is zeroed in. I've confirmed that, and I know that to be a fact, but still some ammo choices don't even show up on the target. So start off with the Daisy flat point. I got 4 out of 5 hits. Now I realize my scope is a little bit low, and I want to talk about that for a second as well. When you're shooting to confirm ammo, you're not shooting for the bullseye. Obviously that's the goal, but I saw that my first 2, my first 3, my first 4 shots were a little bit low. I'm not adjusting my crosshairs to try to hit higher so I can try to hit the red dot. My goal is to shoot exactly the same spot every single time. If all 5 shots are low, but they're in a great group, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I can re-zero my rifle for that particular bit of ammo. But again, every single shot was taken with the crosshairs dead on the red dot. So 4 out of 5 shots here. The 5th shot missed just low and left. Now the Daisy pointed ammo, I missed all 5 shots in a row. But you go right back here, again, there's nothing wrong with my rifle. It's a very similar group with the hollow point Daisies. 4 out of 5 shots, and the 5th shot missed by 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. One of this shot up here, it was actually from the center target here. I was missing way low and way left, so I was way off, even though I know my rifle is on. So I'm moving down here to the 4th, which is the Premier pointed. 5 out of 5 shots hit the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would consider this, for me, I'm not hunting. I'm just target shooting in my backyard. I would consider this acceptable accuracy, where some of you match grade guys, that's garbage. But for me, this is perfect. So the Premier pointed ammo here makes my top 3 out of the ammo. So I set that up front. Now moving on to the Premier hollow point, again, I'm not dead on the center of the bullseye, but this, other than this one shot here, is a great group. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all within about an inch at 20 yards. So that's what I'm looking for here. Now this is a little bit more spread out with the Premier Destroyer. I got 4 out of 5 hits on target. And then down here on the left, the Gamo Magnum Energy, 5 shots. Didn't change anything, missed every single one of them. Doesn't mean that it's a bad gun. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with my gun. My gun just doesn't like that ammo. Now moving on to, I was pretty impressed here with the Gamo Hunter Impact, which is the round or the stub nose. Those are really tight groups here. I've got 3 shots, pretty much pinholed, with 2 shots off to the side here, again, within a 1-inch group. So I take this ammo and I set it up here. That makes my top 3 as well. Moving on to the second to the last, the Gamo Master Point, couldn't hit the target at all. 0 out of 5 shots. And then the last one I was most excited about was the Gamo Match, 5 for 5. My first 3 shots, pinhole, right here. And I said, no way, I can't believe I'm about to shoot 5 shots in the same hole. Well, my next 2 were slightly low, but it still falls within that acceptable range of a 1-inch group at 20 yards. So I'll take my Gamo Match, I'll put it right here, and now I have my top 3 ammo choices. And as I want to dial my gun in, as I want to zero it in from here, I'm going to focus on these 3 sets of rounds. I'll shoot more with each one. I'll make sure that I zero the rifle in so I'm actually hitting right on impact. But taking 10 rounds, which cost $3.99 for all 3 sets of 750 rounds, you know, $4.50 at Walmart, $5 at Walmart. And then this pack of 4 from Gamo was on sale for $10.99. It's normally $20. So $4, $11, 10, 11, you know, I got 30 something bucks plus the cost of the rifle in this. And now I know I have complete confidence in my round. So there may not be anything wrong with your rifle. You may have just not taken enough time or purchased enough pellet types to see what your gun likes. So I would encourage you to do that. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below and I'll do my best to respond. Thanks a lot.